Morning! You've joined this empty stock move from long site to Preston at Crewe. It's part 1 ready for Preston, and press F1 for your briefing. So in the Pendolino, first thing you need to do is insert the master key with Shift and W, put the reverser to neutral with S, reset the AWS, reset tilt, reset TAS, put the headlights to the day position, DRA off because the road ahead is clear, regulatory off because this is ECS, and we should be good to go. So departing Crewe, crossing over onto the down fast, speed limit was 20 miles an hour. On the left is the Crewe Heritage Centre, home of the last remaining advanced passenger train that was withdrawn in the 1980s. I think it was 1987, 88? I should know this. And the next stop is at Preston at about 50 miles. So this scenario is called 5 Papa 99 or 600 Longsight to Preston. Warning, after the previous driver brought the train in from Longsight, you've hopped in the other end to take the empty Pendolino north to Preston. So this is set in 2010. And our maximum speed is 125. The fastest speed any domestic train can operate in the United Kingdom, excluding HS1. Because in HS1 you can do 140 miles an hour. On the English side, and on the French side you can do, I think it's 186. And the speed limit is now 110. There's a Desiro to Brum. Just went through a neutral section. So we're on the West Coast Main Line Missing Link Phase 3. So Phase 3 of Missing Link goes from Birmingham in the south to Preston in the north. There's also a branch off to Liverpool as well that comes off at Quay Junction. Also Phase 4 is coming soon. So Phase 4, if you haven't seen on the stream, Phase 4 is the Stoke Loop. So the Stoke Loop comes off just north of Stafford at Dawson Bridge Junction, goes through Stoke and Alsage and Stone, and then comes back in at Crewe. It's not a hugely interesting line or a very important one, but it does make extending to Manchester a bit easier from Stoke. But it does look really good, though the custom models and stations. So stations we'll pass through will be Winsford, Hertford, Acton Bridge, Warrington Bank Quay, Wigan North Western, Acton Bolshaw Lane, Leyland, and then Preston. I don't think there are that many empty Pendle runs in ATS, because most Pendle runs are mostly in service. Speed limit is now 125. Here we have the passenger view. I don't know what it is with this lighting bug, but for some reason the left half is lit and the right half is dark. Also, the event thing is just a Major Wells thing. I'm not sure if Major Wells can change textures on the seat cover thing. Because it's 2010 when it was still Virgin. So I should be coming up on Winsford soon. Yeah, I don't think I've done a Pendle video in about a year. Because I think the last Pendle video I did, it was either Preston to Wigan or the Trent Valley. That was 2021. I think it's because I've been busy with more backdated stuff like the 90s and the late 2000s in other regions like Scotland, Wales, South. Yeah, the Imperial March, it is a bit difficult to do in the Pendo. It's much easier on the Shed because the Shed has a much more responsive horn than most other trains. Next station will be Hertford. So if you're wondering why this train was going from Longside to Preston via Crewe, it's because in 2010 the Chat Moss route, or I guess the Bolton Corridor as well, weren't electrified. I think the Chat Moss was electrified in 2015, which is 5 years from when this scenario was set. So the train, this Pendle left Longside, headed south through Stockport, through Macclesfield and Orley Edge, to Crewe, reversed, and now we're heading north to Preston. Or it could be dragged by a 57. I don't think the Bolton Corridor was electrified until I think 2018 with the 319s, and now it's the shitty 331s. Next station will be Acton Bridge. The Acton Bridge is a good station for like high speed stuff and freight, because you have like bin liners going from Runcorn through Acton Bridge and then heading left off the West Coast Main Line towards Knowsley. I should also mention I'm using the Major Wells revamp of the 390, not the discontinued version one, because of licensing. is Acton Bridge. So very soon we should be coming up on Weaver Junction, where the line towards Liverpool goes off, and we continue straight towards Warrington. So Dovetail recently announced that they're bringing back the North Wales coast from Crewe to Holyhead. I mean, it is a route that has been very popular when it was out, and people have been moaning about it, or should I say, wibbling about it, ever since it was discontinued. I don't know why people obsess over the North Wales coast. I mean, I guess it's a nice route with very scenic views, like the North Wales coast between Preston and Pendolino. I think you've also got Quay as well, and Bangor. But the speed limit on North Wales coast is 75, 90, 75, 90, 75, 90. Also, the drive from Bangor to Holyhead is pretty bland as well. It's just flat fields. But I guess people do have like nostalgia for North West Coast. Like, I think in the 1990s it was full of 37s. Unlike passenger ones. Also, it would be nice to have Holyhead back, because if you go on the Humble Bundle is the TS 2018 package, which doesn't cover the Holyhead extension, just the base North West Coast from Pendolino to Crewe. So it'd be nice to have people drive. It would be nice to be able to have people drive from Holyhead to Crewe. Of course, I already have the original North Wales coast to Holyhead before it was discontinued. A bit of a weird flex, but okay. Couple of posties. So we should be passing through Warrington Bank Quay soon, and we should also be joining the line from Chester via Helsby at Acton Range Junction, which is coming up on the right just now. Also, I'm pretty sure that's an 80 coming up. Around 90. So I'm going to the right, goes down towards Arpley Yard, which is mostly used for freight. And also I think some 175s have passed that way as well, to get to the in the way of the West Coast Main Line that much. Also, if you keep going straight down past Arpley, you go around the corner to like a run-round loop. They run around there with a core train, they can head into Fiddler's Ferry. If you keep going past Fiddler's Ferry, you get to Ditton. Then you go even further, you get to Liverpool. Lime Street. This is Warrington Bank Quay. Change for trains to Manchester via Earlstown and Little Willows. The Tampa on the right, doing whatever it does. Probably nothing. Because I have been to Warrington quite a few times in real life, and sometimes it's a Tampa there, sometimes there isn't. And you can normally see like a tail lamp in the window, not hanging from the train on the like hook thing, but actually in the window. And here we have the Durham hang. It's just gonna save it. Guys, people have had Missing Link dump a few times because of its stability problem. So on the right was Warrington Royal Mail Terminal. Also for speed set, Control C is speed set. So press Control C once to activate it, then to deactivate it you press Control C again. Also speed limit is 90. So we should be coming up on Winwick Junction, where the line towards Earlstown comes off. So we go left, and then left again at Earlstown to go towards Liverpool over Chatmoss. If you go left towards Earlstown, and then right, you go towards Little Willows and Manchester via Chatmoss. Right, what's the point of going up to 90 and then back down to 80? Like, why? So that is Winwick Junction. Line to the left goes towards Earlstown and Chatmoss. And we go straight on towards Wigan. Speed limit going up to 100. And then back down to 90 in 1 mile. Like, why? Why would you put it up to 100 and then 90 and then 100 then 90? Just keep it at 90. So along over the top was Chatmoss, that goes between Liverpool and Manchester via Earlstown and St Helens. And then from the right joins from Manchester and Chatmoss. So this is Golborne Junction. Used by trains from Manchester to Windermere and Manchester to Edinburgh. So Windermere trains are northern, and the Edinburgh ones are Pennine. And trains to Blackpool from Manchester go via Bolton and join up at Leyland. Oh, more precisely, Acton Junction. So the line is quad track to Wigan North Western, and then double track to Balshaw Lane Junction, and then quad track to Preston, and then double track after Preston. Where the line Far Junction, line to the left goes towards Blackpool, the line to the right goes towards Lancaster and Carlisle. Also, it's raining because we've entered Greater Manchester. I think last time I was here in real life was I think it was last July, June, July, when there were a bunch of rail tours in Preston. I think one of them was some steam locomotive, and then the other one was an 86 from Euston to Carlisle. I think I got a 331 through Bolton to Preston, and then a 195 back to Manchester through Chatmoss. We should also be coming up on Springs Branch depot, which in the 80s hosted quite a lot of, let's just say 80s and 90s, hosted quite a lot of locomotives like tractors, choppers, not sheds, 20s, 37s, 47s, 40s. I think before the depot opened, the new one, I think it was mostly just RHGT stuff with MPVs. So coming around the corner will be Wigan North Western, where we join the line from Ince and Warrington. Now the line going to the bottom on the right is towards Wigan Wargate, where the line splits off between Kirby and Southport. That was Wigan North Western. Next station we'll pass through will be Acton Balshaw Lane, then Leyland, then Preston. It is a bit weird driving a Pendolino non-stop, because you normally stop at Warrington and Wigan. Our speed limit is now 125 again. I think the northern half is probably my favourite part of Missing Link. You know, from between Crewe and Preston, because that's the area I'm most familiar with. Because I'm from Manchester, and north of Crewe is basically like the very edge of Manchester. Because Warrington is in Cheshire, Wigan is in Greater Manchester, and then Preston is in Lancashire. But and also I've been to all places north of Stafford in real life quite a lot of times, because I've been to Stafford, I've been to Crewe, I've been to Acton Bridge, I've been to Warrington, I've been to Liverpool, I've been to Wigan, I've been to Leyland, I've been to Preston. Also, in this half, you got like passenger stuff. You got Northern South, Transpennine, Virgin, Avanti, freight, more freight, even more freight. Got departmental, like IHTTs, MPVs. Maybe someday we'll have more of Manchester, because we could do Manchester Crewe, which will be, I think it's an extension of the Missing Link. You could have Piccadilly to the airport, which will be a more logical extension of Chatmoss. So we can do Liverpool to Manchester airport. We could have the Bolton corridor with the 331s. You could have the Carla Valley through Rochdale. Line towards Hort Valley, which JT is making. I guess we need more of the north in general. Like the Skipton line from Leeds and Bradford and Ilkley with their 333s. So in the working timetable, I think I used the summer 2010 working timetable. This train was actually pathed on the down slow through Wigan, which is, I think it's pretty interesting. And then went to platform 1 at Preston. Then reversed on the reversing line, and then did a bunch of other stuff, and then eventually terminated in Preston. This is Bolshaw Lane Junction, where the line splits into quad track to Preston, then splits again at Fowl Junction. So we're now on the down slow, where speed limit is 25. So the next station we'll pass through will be Acton Bolshaw Lane. This is Acton Lane. Next station will be Leyland, which I've been to thousands of times in real life. It is a really good station because you got like local stuff, you got express, you got freight. I also think it's pretty interesting to drive like high-speed expresses on the slow lines, because you would normally expect to see a Pendo on the fasts, not the slows. This is Acton Junction, where we join the line from Chorley and Bolton on the Bolton corridor from Manchester. Next station will be Leyland, which ATS did, if I could speak, ATS they did do a good job of modelling Leyland. It looks really good. They did an even better job of Preston. Because I remember many years ago when the topping trains weren't 331s, they were like Pacers, 144s, 150s, 156s. I think Northern even did like a stopping train from Blackpool to Huddersfield via the Bolton corridor and Manvic. I think you even remember seeing like an X First Northwestern 156 in the Barbie livery when I was like really young. I think it was like 2007-ish. 2007, 2008. Because I think Northern, the one from 2004 to 2016, they did take a really long time to put all the stock into their new delivery. Because I think it was like 2009, 2010 when all of Northern's fleet were in one livery, with the blue and the purple. So soon we should be approaching Warrington Curve Junction. We'll join a line from Blackburn and Onskirk. So trains from Blackpool to York, leave Blackpool through Bolton to Preston, then up and over towards Blackburn through Heaven Bridge, by an interchange leads through Church Fenton to York, which in 2010 would have been 158s, in 2022 it would be a GC 195. So speed limit going down to 35 as we get closer to Preston. We are due into platform 1A. Or just 1 because the entire Pendo would take up most of platform 1. There's a 180 from Preston to Hills of Grove. Yeah, for a short time, Northern had 180s. I think it was like the Blackpool to Hazel Grove trains and Blackpool to Manchester Victoria trains. It's very weird seeing like Northern have such an express train. It's because First Great Western kind of got fed up with them breaking all the time, so they're like, fuck this, someone else can have him. I think someone split between Grand Central. I think at the time Hull trains had the Pioneers, the 222s, and then the rest went to Northern. See how the 180s, they've been here, there and everywhere. And now the 180s are with Grand Central and EMR. So coming up on Preston. So coming into Preston, aiming to stop at the very end of the platform, because we're ECS. See, as I said earlier, ATS, they did a really good job with Preston. And I think phase 4 of Preston, I think is about a year old, maybe 2. There's a bouncy castle to Colne, from Blackpool south. And revel into Preston. You may depart to the shunting line ahead of you to finish off with. Cool. Yes, it's not all the time that you see Pendos in platform 1 at Preston, because the Pendos normally use platforms 3 and 4 to head towards Lancaster, and sometimes rarely platforms 5 and 6, and even rarer 7. Because I don't know what's with platform 7, because platform 7 at Preston is really short. So the shunting line is literally right ahead of us. So yeah, the Pendo, it does quite a bit of shunting around Preston before heading back, I think it's south towards Euston. Yeah, that danger is not mine, it's for the down Blackpool. And that green is for the down Lancaster, and then the red on the far right is the down goods. So this is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed this run from Preston to Crewe to Preston in an empty Pendo. So subscribe for more Terminating content, like the video if you're so inclined. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next video. It's arrival just north of Preston.